Hey everybody, it's the interview queen Alicia Atout here, and I'm very, very excited to be catching up with Shanna. Hello.
Hello, what's up?
I love the
Nice
cheeky
talking
thumbs
to
up.
you,
Like,
Alicia.
that's me. How are you doing?
I'm good, tired. It's been a
Right.
long day, but I'm very happy and excited to talk to you.
Well, thank you. It's not only been a long day for you, but a really, really long and crazy week. You had tapings, a lot of stuff went down. So kind of tell me what you've been up to these last few days.
I've done Ref Pro last weekend, and it's been hectic because indie wrestling, 3 matches in a day, in a night.
Oh,
But
God.
yeah, I'm still an indie wrestler. For forever be an indie wrestler. But yeah, other than that, and AEW tables match with Nyla Rose. So yeah, I'm still recovering from that.
Yeah, that tables match looked so intense. And I mean, that one final dive, I remember seeing like in my feed all of the GIFs or GIFs or whatever you want to call it. And I was like, oh my goodness, like she is a champ for taking that. Like, no way would I ever want to be slammed through a table like that. So when you know something like that is going to happen, is the inevitable, what runs through your mind? Do you kind of brace yourself for the pain, or how do you deal with it?
I didn't even think about it, to be honest. I'm like, it just goes blank. My mind goes blank, and the next second, I'm down in the middle of the table. It's done.
That's
So
it. That's all it
that's
is.
it.
No biggie.
I know myself. If I start thinking too much, I'll never do it. So I'm one of them overthinkers, and then I'll chicken shit out.
So you may as well just face it as it comes, right? And not give it
Yeah,
much
I
thought.
have to be crazy and just go for it.
Now, it's really cool to be able to call yourself an AEW wrestler. I mean, it's something that a lot of people definitely want right now, and you have that title, which is super, super cool. And then at the same time, you can also do these indie shows, which is kind of like a dream for a lot of people. So
Yeah,
congratulations.
it's really cool. Yeah. They're awesome in letting us do still do some stuff, and it keeps us in shape as well, like ring wise. You know what I mean? So it's good, and it keeps our names out there as well. So, and if we do good for ourselves, the brand also wins with that. So it's a
Of course.
win-win situation. So it's really cool.
Well, what was kind of running through your head when they either reached out to you or however it went down? They were like, hey, we would love for you to be a part of this brand.
Well, I was, to be honest, when I was contacted by AEW, it was Kenny that contacted me for that. I was about to hang my boots. It was over for me. I didn't feel like I was going anywhere. I was tired. Uh, Also, there's a lot of bullying in this business. You probably know about this.
Yeah.
A lot of toxic people. And I don't know. I was very depressed, and I thought to myself that I'm never going to go as far as what I've done, and I've done a lot of things. Like I've been all over the world, so I feel very blessed. Um, and yeah, so in that very sad moment, I had Kenny call me.
Wow.
Um, yeah, and so he offered me this contract in with AEW, and I at first I didn't believe it, and I said, "Well, listen, I'm gonna ask you again tomorrow and see if it's true, if this is not just a dream." And then I messaged him the next day, and he's like, "Sure is." So it's really
Wow.
cool.
That's incredible. And I guess it's one of those moments where you've almost mentally prepared yourself to hang up your boots, but at the same time, you work so hard and you've been doing it for quite some time. It's almost like I need to take this opportunity. I've worked my butt off for this.
Yes, I didn't think twice. So happy.
You had mentioned the bullying and a lot of the stuff we have to deal with. So is there a way you cope with that? I find for me a great way is just like I just shut my phone off sometimes. I'm like, I'm just gonna tune the world out because people can be harsh and you could be the absolute most incredible person at everything and people still nitpick at you.
Well, people cope with it differently. I do have a good system around me of people who, really support me, like close friends. I keep they're very few, but very close, and I know they wouldn't, betray me or and they're always there for me. So, and I don't say this in like friends in the wrestling business. It's outside of the wrestling business. So
Yeah.
people that keep me sane. Also, my family keeps me sane, and which is good. And my dog keeps me sane sometimes.
Frankie.
Sometimes.
I love that you brought him up because he's so cute. I love when you post pictures of him because I always say you can never have too many photographs of the dog you love. Like it's never enough.
He's a cutie, but he's blind now, and he was born deaf, and now he's going blind. So it's complicated to take care of him,
Right.
because we want to interact with him in a certain way, but at the same time, he just makes it easy for us as well to still interact with him, even though he can't see us or hear us. He's always like sniffing out for us and trying to cuddle and like jump on the couch and just be there sleeping next to us. And as long as he's touching us, he's happy, So if he's happy, I'm happy.
That's what matters, right? And I was gonna bring up the fact that like whenever I travel or I come home from tapings now, I love just walking through the door and like either being greeted or cuddling my dog. Like it makes it almost like you're exhausted. Sometimes you come home at like 3 a.m. and you're just like, my doggo. And it changes, it completely changes your mood. So I'm guessing it's the same for you. Like it's a good feeling.
Yeah, and they're the ones that will always be happy to see you no matter what. They're
Right.
so loyal, so loyal, so loving. So
No
I feel
bullying when it
you.
comes to dogs. Well, something that's really cool that I love is the fact that you're a self-coined gamer. And it's amazing how a lot of wrestlers are so into gaming. Like it gets competitive. So when you game, do you play with fellow wrestlers? Do you play with friends outside of it? Is it a combo of both?
I do play with friends outside of it. I don't really play with wrestlers, although I've been wanting to play League of Legends with Mr. Brian Pillman. Hello, if you're listening to this. We've never made it like really possible to do an ARAM together, but maybe. But aside from that, no, I don't really play with other wrestlers. I do play ranked mode, still very competitive, but my favorite games are RPGs though. Like it's solo games
Okay.
with the story.
Now, a lot of people, when they mention they're gamers, like it's hard to judge how good they are unless you play with them. So, would you say you've like been doing this for a few years and you're actually like super competitive, as you mentioned, and you're really good, or is it more so a hobby and for fun thing?
I play for several hours a day.
Oh wow! So you were like super. It's not just a name you're throwing out there. Like you are a gamer.
Yeah. And I've done this for as long as I can remember. Like ever since I was a little girl. Like I've never played with like dolls or like with girlfriends. I've always ran like from school home so I can turn whatever console I had at the time and then turn it on and play for hours on end until I go to sleep. So that's me.
I love that because I was the same way. Like it was never dolls or Barbies or anything. I'd come home and whether it was like the Mario series, it was less like the first person games and I liked all like the goofy stuff, but still like I was so competitive. I played Rock Band competitively and it was like I would just be hooked to the TV screen for hours. Like that was my kind of idea of fun. So I love that you're the same way. That's really cool.
I went to this no, Guitar Hero tournament, and it was in Portugal, but like years and years back. And I'm not even good at it. I'm like, at it. But I still went to the tournament, and I placed last, but I had a lot of fun.
That's what matters. That's totally what matters. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for hopping on here, for giving me some of your time. I know it has been really hectic. It's a crazy start to 2020 already. So just thank you for jumping on here and catching up and having a good time.
Thank you, Alicia. Hopefully, see you soon in the States. And
Hope,
thank you again for this.
of course.